You were a party man in the Second Republic and an active member of cabinet as a commissioner in Professor Ambrose Ali's UPN government of Bendel State. You have come to understand how much influence party has on party people and governments of a political party. From what you have seen of Mr. Peter Obi movement and the Labour Party revolution, do you see that as having the capacity to transform those who might find themselves in the corridors of power, considering the possibility that we might begin to see Labour Party governors and lawmakers at the subnational?
This is very, very important. This is very important. How you translate ideas and make it a mass movement. Let me say this, with all due respect to the leadership of the Labour Party. Let me say this. My own understanding is that the obedient movement is an outflow of the frustration of the Nigerian youths and others who had bottled up their frustration over the years and who were looking for an opportunity to express it in legitimate and civilized channels. And they found this channel in Mr. Peter Obi. They did not find this channel necessarily in the Labour Party, with all due respect. Incidentally, the ideology and the party of the Labour Party rhymes to a large extent with what the obedient movement stands for and what Peter Obi has stated in his manifesto. The challenge, I agree with you, the challenge is to formalize, to translate, transform and formalize and universalize this idea. Because for somebody like me, for instance, who is, like I may say, an adherent, a convert. I don't need to be converted. But you cannot say the same of the younger generation. It takes time to build up what I may call an ideological gold standard, a gold standard, a moral gold standard, a vision within this younger generation. And this is the challenge that I think that the leaders of the labor movement and the leaders of the obedient movement have to face very, very quickly, particularly at this initial stage, where, particularly with the action of Mr. Yakubu and his cohorts in trying to frustrate the patriotic will of Nigerians. And a lot of youths are discouraged. This is a very critical time in which the leaders, the gubernatorial candidates, Mr. Peter Obi himself, his running mate, and the leaders of the Obi movement, of the obedient movement, have to roll up their sleeves and mobilize even more intensely, because we have a very short time to mobilize these youths. And even after that, the mobilization should continue. I want to call on all the candidates at gubernatorial, starting from Mr. Peter Obi and his vice, at gubernatorial levels, at senatorial levels, at House of Representatives levels, gubernatorial levels, House of Assembly level, to see themselves as the arrowhead of this movement to the grassroots. It is not an easy task, but the task is the job is ongoing. Translating and transforming this idea from the level at which to the grassroots, it is not an easy task, but it is doable and it is being done.
Well, those said, what would be your advice to obedience who might feel discouraged arising from their experiences in the February 25th presidential elections?
I think I've already said it. I think I urge them to feel proud of their achievements in spite of the effort of the cabal to frustrate them. They should feel proud of their achievements. They should recognize themselves as the heroes of the new Nigeria. They are the heroes of the new Nigeria. And in Bendel State, if I may say, I'm still in Bendel. In Delta State, if I may say, I have interacted with our gubernatorial candidate, Dcn Pela. I visited, traveled with him on campaign to some parts of Delta North Senatorial District. I have looked at his manifesto. I have observed his persona. And I think, in my humble opinion, that he is a credible representative of the obedient movement. And is a far distance from the kinds of people that we have today in the other two parties that I have mentioned. And I want to take this opportunity to appeal very strongly to all obedience and all those who wish Delta State well to come out on March 11, 2023 to vote for Dcn Pela as governor of Delta State, to vote for all members of candidates of the Labour Party. We must have a change from a situation where a State House of Assembly exists to pass hefty budgets for sharing. I have looked at the manifesto, his 10-point manifesto, to transform Delta State in accordance with the Peter Obi manifesto from a consuming to a productive state. And we have the potentials. And the key, if I may take one word from his manifesto, the key is technological revolution of the state. Every aspect of production in Delta State, be it agriculture, be it fish farming, and the building of industrial parks to generate technology. Technology must be brought home to the people. It must be domesticated. Technology should not be left at the university level or at the College of Technology. It must be brought down to the people. That is what Dcn Pela wants to do. Technology must be indigenized. And that is the only process that we can transform. It should be an economic revolution. The economic revolution will involve the mobilization of all the resources of the state, financial. There's what we call the social resources. These are not physical. Technology, that is, your skills, the skills that you possess. For instance, now we are mobilizing for election. Nobody is paying me. Nobody is paying the obedience. We have latent skill, that are not being utilized in Delta State. I give you an example. As an old man, an elder, I sit in one place, I don't go anywhere. Students come to complain to me what they are seeing in their schools. Young civil servants come to complain to me. A young civil servant came to me and told me his frustration in his office. His frustration is that in spite of the skills, in spite of his professional skills, he is not allowed to practice his skills in his department in Delta State. The skills that the professional expertise are rented out. They are given to contractors. Things that the people can do, they are given to contractors, contracted out and paid, whereas they have officers that can do them. I was watching CNN a few days ago, and Clarice Award, one of the CNN researchers covering the war in Ukraine, between Russia and Ukraine. You know what Clarice Award? Clarice Award showed a situation where Russia will bomb rail track. Russia bombs rail track. Within 2 hours, workers of the rail line are already there repairing it. It does not take 3 or 4 hours. The train is back. We have people who can do these things. Why are we contracting why are we destroying the skills of our people? Because we want to make money. I am telling you that Delta State will be transformed with prudent management under the platform and under the leadership of Labour Party and Dcn Pela in Delta State.
We cannot thank you enough for always availing us robust disposition whenever we call. Immeasurable thanks for availing us your time.
Thank you very much for this opportunity. I thank you very much.